Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, a developing story out of Britain tonight where an attack has occurred just 2 weeks after the Manchester suicide bombing. There are reports of deaths, but no precise figures yet. At least 20 people have been taken to the hospital. ABC's Ariel Reshef is in Britain tonight with more.
Police and medical workers swarming the scene after a white van veered into a crowd on the London Bridge, running down pedestrians out for a Saturday night.
There was people lying on the ground.
One person tweeting a photo of the immediate aftermath, people trying to help the injured on the bridge. Witnesses describe a chaotic disaster scene.
Once they crashed that van, 3 men got out and they were apparently armed with long knives.
People ordered to evacuate.
How clear do I need to be? Move out of this area!
Police asking radio stations to tell those in the area, run and hide.
Keep moving! Keep moving!
Soon after came word from nearby Borough Market of a man with a knife stabbing at least 2 people.
They went, "This is for Allah," and they run up, they stabbed this girl, I don't know how many times, 10 times, maybe 15 times.
Police reported shots fired.
2 armed marked police behind the X5, black X5. No, get back. 3 shots.
This photo shows police standing over 2 men on the ground. One man has what appears to be canisters strapped to his body. President Trump tweeting, "Whatever the United States can do to help out in London and the UK, we will be there. We are with you. God bless." The UK threat level severe, the second highest after the suicide bombing at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester left 22 people dead and 116 wounded. Sunday night, the singer is scheduled to hold a memorial concert for the victims in Manchester, visiting some of the youngest in the hospital. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, London.
And we do have another development in that story. Police now believe that 3 people, they have 3 suspects possibly involved in those London attacks. We will be following this story as more develops come down. And remember, you can get up to the minute updates on breaking news by downloading the ABC7 app. There you can get alerts on breaking news, weather, and local stories straight to your phone. Just go to the App Store and search for My Suncoast. So turning tragedy into strength and hope, singer Ariana Grande is getting ready for the big benefit show One Love Manchester, which will take place tomorrow in Manchester, England. This happening after the May 22nd suicide attacks at the pop star's concert that killed 22 people and injured dozens more. Authorities launching a massive security operation at the arena, adding barriers and preparing to create a ring of steel to protect the 130,000 people expected to be in attendance.
I can understand some nervousness from members of the public perhaps, but I can reassure them that come Sunday they will see a heightened police presence.
Grande will be joined by the Black Eyed Peas, Robbie Williams, Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, Coldplay, and several other stars. The proceeds will be going to an emergency fund set up by the City of Manchester and the British Red Cross. And you can watch that benefit concert right here on ABC or record it on your DVR. We will have a special airing of that event at midnight on Sunday night going into Monday morning. Well, now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on that local weather. And Wendy, starting to rain a little bit here.
Oh my goodness, it has been raining throughout the day. We've been seeing those showers coming in off and on, and right now it's 77 degrees. We've got our dew point at 71 degrees, and so there's plenty of moisture out there. Those winds coming in out of the south, and it's those southerly winds giving us that tropical feel. You can see those temperatures all around the state, mostly in the 70s right now. Our area seeing warmer temperatures right here at the water. As soon as you move inland, it's actually on the chilly side. Some temperatures in the low 70s right now, and plenty of moisture coming on in. Most of the heavy rains have pretty well died down over the central part of the state, but we're still seeing some showers here along the coastline. So we'll let you know what we can expect for the rest of tonight. That's all coming up in just a few minutes, Adam.
All right, thank you, Wendy. As the University Parkway Diverging Diamond project finally comes to a close, drivers in Manatee County will be bracing for even more highway construction. The Florida Department of Transportation will soon start a project at the I-75 State Road 64 interchange. ABC7's Erica Jackson explains how this construction is part of much more to be expected over the next few decades.
The Florida Department of Transportation says the new Diamond Interchange is just one step in making future improvements to I-75. Crews will repair existing roads and replace exit and entrance ramps onto the interstate in order to improve safety and efficiency.
I concentrate on my driving like I'm in a car race.
Both eyes on the road at all times for Bradenton resident Patrick Ringley. He's seen the number of local drivers grow over the last 30 years, and so has the Florida Department of Transportation. To keep up, they're starting another project at I-75 and State Road 64, which Ringley hopes can relieve congestion in Manatee County.
There's now more people east than there are west, so they have to upbuild the roads.
As part of FDOT's 2007 Project Development and Environment Study, the new Diamond Interchange will make State Road 64 safer for drivers speeding up and slowing down as they get on and off the interstate.
We are going to build another bridge along this roadway that will enable both of these to make a longer acceleration, a longer deceleration, and give more space and room for people who want to get off and want to get on the interstate.
And next year, crews will begin more construction near State Road 64. FDOT says it will add 2 alternate lanes to I-75 for drivers traveling to and from State Road 64.
That will allow people that are using going from interchange to interchange not to have to merge over into the straight-through traffic flow and stay in the right-hand lane and be able to exit when they get to the next interchange.
And while FDOT says State Road 64 construction won't be as protrusive as the Diverging Diamond project along University Parkway, drivers should have the same mindset.
Their first priority should always be watching what's going on around them, being aware of their surroundings, not being distracted.
The final product will be 10 lanes on I-75 by the year 2040, but Ringley says that doesn't help anyone right now.
When they say by 2040, I'll be 93 years old. There won't even be cars then. There'll be hovermobiles.
FDOT hopes the construction at this intersection will be complete by 2019. Reporting in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And right now, FDOT is saying that there will be no lane closures during the World Rowing Championships in September. Well, private company SpaceX is making history tonight. The company launching its Falcon 9 rocket from the Kennedy Space Center. It's the first time a rocket booster has been reused from a previous flight. And in another first, the company is also reusing its Dragon spacecraft to supply the International Space Station. The rendezvous with the rendezvous with the station is set for tomorrow. A Sarasota tech company is opening the doors of its new location with the hopes of drawing more software developing talent to our area. The new SRQ Cyber Command Center held its grand opening on Saturday at the old Sarasota Waterworks building. Aside from housing the main offices of 3 software companies centered around cybersecurity, the space will feature youth classes on computer coding and also have a coffee bar for collaborative work sessions.
A huge company, something like one of the Silicon Valley giant companies that you hear about years later and just can't believe that was in your backyard.
The main company, CopyStrong, also announced they will be hosting a Codathon, which will also serve as a hiring event. Still to come here on ABC 7, thousands around the country and here on the Sun Coast march for truth amid backlash over President Trump's move to drop out of the Global Climate Accord. And a political comedian facing backlash over something he said on live television. That shocking statement coming up when we return.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Ashley Coram has the report.
Demonstrators from all across the country took to the streets Saturday, united in the March for Truth protests. Organizers are calling for an independent commission to investigate Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. elections and possible ties to President Trump. They also want Congress to require Trump to release his tax returns. The protests come ahead of testimony by former FBI Director James Comey to the Senate Intelligence Committee scheduled for June 8th.
It has to be a transparent, independent investigation because the people need to know the truth.
The march wasn't the only rally happening in the nation's capital.
Trump, 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 Trump.
Trump supporters gathered to back the president's decision to pull the United States out of the Paris Agreement on climate change.
I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
Pittsburgh, not Paris! Pittsburgh, not Paris!
Trump said his decision to back out was to support American workers.
We wanted to come out and show our appreciation for what the president has done, following through on his campaign promise.
Despite facing global disapproval, Trump said he was open to renegotiating aspects of the agreement. European Union leaders say that's not an option. I'm Ashley Coram reporting.
And that National March for Truth continuing right here on the Sun Coast as well on Saturday. Dozens coming out to Siesta Beach to march and raise their voices despite the gloomy weather. The group calling for transparency, and answers.
Facts matter. Certainly, after pulling out of the Paris Accords, the truth about the facts about climate change are ones that we're very concerned about. The truth and the facts about what Russia's influence might have been in the election, we're very concerned about that, and we want to see people really asking for and looking for the truth.
Organizers say they are pleased by today's turnout and the diversity of those who were in attendance. Political comic Bill Maher is under a firestorm of backlash tonight after using a racial slur on a live television show. The seemingly harmless exchange between Maher and a Nebraska senator ending with a torrent of criticism.
Work in the field.
That's part of that.
Senator, I'm a House.
HBO rebroadcast that show before pulling it from the air. In a statement, the cable network said Bill Maher's comments last night was completely inexcusable and tasteless. Tonight, Maher releasing this written statement of apology. Friday nights are always my worst night of sleep because I'm up reflecting on the things I should or shouldn't have said on my live show. Last night was particularly long. It was, a particularly long night, as I regret the word I used in the banter of a live moment. The word was offensive, and I regret saying it, and I'm very sorry. Back here on the Suncoast today, some dragons taking over the waterways at Nathan Benderson Park. No, they weren't real dragons. This isn't Game of Thrones. They were dragon boats, rather. Hundreds taking part in the Sarasota International Dragon Boat Races. Dozens of teams turning out despite the weather to have fun while fundraising for a good cause, with many of the boats in the race being occupied, by breast cancer survivors.
When we go into these races, it really is about the team experience and really working as one and being there to support each other. We've been through a lot, individually going through cancer, and now coming together to support each other on the water and then off the water too is what it's all about for us.
Proceeds from that event today go to the In the Pink, a nonprofit serving women, men, and children with cancer here in our area.
It looks like they're going in fast motion, doesn't it?
Those are very exciting races. Have you ever seen them in person? They're really cool.
Something.
It's kind of medieval almost, those dragon boats. It's a lot of fun.
They have to be moving at just a clip. I'll tell you what, that's pretty great.
They're cooking in there.
And they didn't have to worry. We didn't have any severe weather. We just had some rain, some overcast conditions, and it probably felt really good to be in the water as well as on the water. And what we're looking at is plenty of water that was around us throughout the day. We did get those thunderstorms that developed over the central part of the state. And then during the latter part of the evening and into the early nighttime hours, we've been seeing the showers just flaring up here along the coastline. So that's what's going on right now. We still have some light rains taking place right along the coast, but earlier today it was right here along the central part of the state where we saw the greatest amount of rain, and that is where the drought has hit the hardest. So it was a needed situation where we got those showers, and you can see that all of that rainfall right here, some heavy showers and thunderstorms taking place, bringing about some copious rainfall, and that was what we needed. And so right now we're seeing these showers developing right here, moving off the coastline, and some of these rains are light to moderate. And so for the most part, over the past 24-hour period, again, the heaviest showers have been over the central part of the state, but you can see we've had pockets of rainfall here that have been impressive, especially over parts of Charlotte County, Sarasota, and eastern Manatee County as well. The rain is going to continue to fall throughout the day tomorrow, so we've got another chance for these showers to come on through. A 30 to 50% chance of rain is going to be coming on in. We've got lots of tropical moisture that's coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Those winds are coming from the southwest, and so everything is going to be transported right here across central Florida. So this is great news. We need this rain, so nobody's complaining. We've got the cold front that is now stalled across the southern part of the state, and so this frontal system is pretty much going to fall apart. But we also have a low pressure system, which was Beatrice out in the Pacific. It had been a tropical system. Now it's moved into the Gulf of Mexico, and right now that is helping to stir up some of the moisture that we're seeing that's going to be moving in our direction. There is really no chance for this system to develop over the next 24 to 48 hour period. So what was Beatrice along the Pacific is now just a low pressure center of disturbed weather in the Gulf of Mexico. But for us, what we're going to be seeing are those showers are going to continue through the midweek time period. That cold front, we've got another one coming on in, and it is going to stall to the north of us, and then our highs are going to stay in the mid to upper 80s with all these rain showers coming on through. Today we saw temperatures back up into the mid to upper 80s, some 90s over the center of the state until the rain came and really cooled things off very quickly. And so our daytime high today actually got up to a high of 88 degrees with an overnight low of 73, and we'll see pretty much the same thing for tomorrow. So this is what we're looking at, a 50 to 70% chance of rain all the way through Tuesday, with those temperatures staying in the mid to upper 80s. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. Sports is coming up next. Stick around.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Now, sports.
Nashville hosting its first ever Stanley Cup Finals game tonight. The hometown Predators in a desperate need of a win here in Game 3, and we couldn't even make it to the opening puck drop before a catfish ended up on the ice right after the national anthem there in Nashville. And then it takes less than 3 minutes for the defending champs to score the first goal of the game. Jake Gunsel putting the rebound through the legs of Pekka Rinne, putting Pittsburgh up 1-0. Second period, Predators on the power play. Cross-ice pass finds Roman Josi, and he's going to fire and find net. Deflected shot ties the game at 1. Then less than a minute later, the Predators getting the puck down ice to Frederick Gaudreau. 1 man to beat, and he nets another one. It's Nashville's second goal. And the Predators finding all that offense they were missing in the first 2 games. They clobber Pittsburgh 5-1. The Rays taking on the Mariners out west tonight. This one's still in the early goings thanks to that time change out there in Washington. But it wasn't too early for a leadoff home run from who else? Corey Dickerson put the Rays up 1-0 early. Alex Cobb pitching for the Rays, and he's given up 3 earned, and now that is your score 3-1 out there in Washington at the moment. Down in Miami, Edison Volquez has thrown the 6th no-hitter in Miami Marlins history, facing the minimum 27 batters and beating the Arizona Diamondbacks 3-0 on Saturday. Volquez struck out 10, and the 2 base runners who reached were walks erased by double plays. He only needed 98 pitches, making it the first under 100 pitch no-no since Henderson Alvarez did it for the Finns in 2013. It's also the first no-hitter in the major leagues this season. Volquez was was nearly knocked out of the game on this play right here when he collided with Diamondback leadoff man Ray Fuentes while covering first and rolled his ankle. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why is
heroin
so
addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy. I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
The renowned children's book author Dr. Seuss now has the perfect tribute to his life and career, a museum. That's right, today, the opening day for the Green Eggs and Ham inspired museum in Springfield, Massachusetts. Dozens gathered in the famed Cat in the Hat red striped hats and enjoyed wandering the grounds, reading some of Seuss's popular books and taking in his unique philosophy on life.
Yes.
Everybody has a favorite Dr. Seuss book. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Bartholomew and the Oobleck. That
Because-
was mine. It was all about weather, and I absolutely
That's
loved
exactly
it. He
it.
wanted to change the world and create his own weather, and it didn't turn out well for him.
That's too bad. There you go. We love Dr. Seuss, but that's because my dad did the voices with the characters, which is, yeah, that's a very unique thing we were happy about.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.